Hello, everybody. Welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. I have been going through such a fluctuation of getting massively exciting for this 11/11 portal and then trying to take care of my health. I don't know if any of you guys are experiencing this, but I almost lost my voice yesterday due to like weird allergies, and then I felt like I was feverish and I was tired, and I slept the majority of yesterday to just kind of decompress. And I was listening to some very smart speakers, and they're saying oftentimes before we're about to get a huge spiritual upgrade, like before the 11/11 portal, sometimes before new moons and full moons, what happens is our body is bringing everything to the surface and releasing things that are unwanted physically, mentally, spiritually, and otherwise. So if any of you guys are experiencing, headaches, dizziness, shortness of breath, just like you feel like you need to sleep, like you've never slept before, you have huge appetites or no appetite, like there is a serious swing or shift in irregular behavioral health or kind of emotional reaction to stuff. This is very, commonplace because you're about to be the best conduit for your spiritual self. And in order to do that, you need to release certain things. And oftentimes that impact can be on our health, our balance, our habits. So, realize that a lot of pressure is about to be alleviated, because I know, like most people, I as well get a little stirred up and, upset when I feel like something is off with my health, especially with my throat and my head and ears, because I rely so heavily on them for my life and what I do to make a living as well. So I was like, oh my gosh, what if I lose my voice? And all of a sudden I said, you know what? Why don't you try to do this? To have some great tea, do some cleansing, relax, do what really makes you feel good. So I painted, I started to relax, and all of a sudden I stopped, like, because I was sweating too, and that was making me nervous, like feverish. I all of a sudden began to feel better, and I was like, okay, I get what's going on. And my angels and spirits guided me to listen to Melanie and Victor and everybody, and it started to make sense that we really have to have things surface to release them. So if you're feeling any of this, just know it's part of the natural process, and don't be afraid that it will dissipate quite soon. So that's part of what I wanted to have this read be on. What is spirit trying to illuminate to you? What do you need to release, and what do you need to kind of bring on board to help you in this path purpose that you're now sort of getting aligned with, so you can feel your strongest, most like connected self. So we have 3 cards to choose from. We have miracles and blessings. Everything has its gift. Number 2 is take a chance on love. When we love, our lives are changed forever. And number 3, relationship patterns. It takes strength to recognize the need for change. And this all applied to me in one way or another today when I was so burnt out yesterday and this morning, and I just felt like all these really, my body was heated, then I felt exhausted, then my throat would hurt, and I had all these different things come. And right then I had to realize what's important in my life, and really focus on that and what is healing. And that's what you're going to be able to do too. And I feel like these Whispers of Love card are absolutely perfect for this kind of question, because I've been reading some of your comments where some of you guys are so excited for this holiday season that is coming up, and you're all jazzed out and you feel really good. And then others that start to panic because of financials and this and that. We just have to allow and release. Just say, whatever we have for resources, we'll work with that. We'll do our best with what we have, where we are, when we can. And that's that. We're not, because otherwise we're trying to pretend to be something we're not, right? If we're overspending on what we have, what are we trying to prove to somebody that we're buying expensive things for with money we don't have? What are we trying to say? And it doesn't make sense, because people that really know us and love us could care less what we spend on them. What they really want is our time, focus, attention, and affection, right? And when we remember that, it makes a world of difference, doesn't it? It's like I already start to feel better as soon as I tag into that spiritual alignment, that when something comes from our heart and soul and we really wish other people's well, we don't have to have these grandiose gestures, because they're just that, and they're usually for other people. Like if you see people going to weddings or baby showers and they have these big elaborate baskets that they can't afford, it's usually for the entertainment of other people and them seeing us making this grand gesture. Now, if we were doing it in private, would it be so extra? So we have to ask ourselves where our kind of intentions are coming from. And no, be honest and be fair with yourself. Our ego always wants to seem fabulous and wonderful and provoke these, oh, wow, look at that moments where we just have to be in a quiet, beautiful, humble, spiritual place that is saying, you know what, I either made you this handmade card, necklace, whatever it was, a gesture from the heart that'll make all the difference. That's my husband's weird sailor bell. So we're going to begin with miracles and blessings. And I love this because this says everything's a gift. And really, everything in our life, when we realize that it is in divine order, there's no need to rush or hurry, okay? In our excitement, we may overlook the importance of enjoying and of the creative process, right? Getting to the goal is half the fun. You might miss the guidance or messages that don't allow things to unfold naturally, right? So if we need to regroup and release the need to race wherever we're going, or the need to do that, because then we really see all these miracles and blessings all around us. And I am definitely one who participates in this. I love reaching a goal. I love seeing, a finished product or whatever, but I also love the journey. So I have to realize when I'm making videos too, I love to set up like a nice rich background that has nice colors and is warm and welcoming. That's just as important, right? And also to be able to, be rested and relaxed before we go into any of these endeavors, so we're in a good headspace, right? Slowing down will help us be more aware of what's going on around us. We can find a quiet place to sit and give ourselves the opportunity to be in nature without interruptions, right? Things that help us disconnect from being too plugged into everything and racing around. So let's see what other messages are coming for you. So you have practice compassion, see things from a fresh perspective. Oftentimes, this is very easily done if we start writing things down. Okay, I feel this way about this person, place, or thing. We write it down, maybe 5 things, and then we really look at it. And then we think, do we really think that way? Are these other people's impressions? Are these ours? Am I coming from a place where I realize that people that are hurt will do hurtful things. People that feel forgotten will try to try to exclude others. People that feel like they're in competition with somebody else will always kind of try to take someone down a peg or two to elevate themselves. All of those type of behaviors that happen, we realize they come from a place of feeling hurt or left out. And then we can have compassion for that individual that's behaving that way. Oftentimes it's a sibling, right? If a sibling feels like you're getting more attention from the parent, grandparents, whatever, all of a sudden they start all these little kind of annoying habits to try to gain more attention, and usually by trying to make you seem less, tear you down a bit. So when we really realize where this energy is coming from and what provokes it, we have a different standpoint on that. And when we have compassion for that person, everybody starts to mirror one another. And the people that think that we're out to take over their oxygen and glory, they realize that we're not trying to do that. In fact, we're just living our authentic selves, and we can show them how to do that too. And that will make a huge difference for sure. So we also have ask for help. Now, this is huge. What do you really need right now? Be willing to accept support. And this starts spiritually by asking your angels and archangels, please help me to relax and let things unfold naturally. Please help me to move into this relationship calmly and not feel like I have to cling, have suspicion, or need answers or labels right away. Help me to slow down and not move into the next holiday before it's even mid-season. You know what I mean? And sometimes the world does that. Like right now, if you go in stores, all the Christmas decorations are already out and Christmas music, therefore creating a pressure on people to already be, participating in the materialistic part and buying things and decorating, and it pushes. So this is saying, please help me just be in a good headspace, and ask whomever it is. This can be also people at work or within your family. If you feel like you have too much on your agenda, hey, is there any way you could take over this chore or this project so I don't feel inundated and I can do what I need to do purposefully and professionally and do a good job at it? If it's something in the home, could you help me out with this chore? I'd really appreciate it. And then when I have time, I will help you out. The give and take of it, right? I feel like that's something that's coming for you as well. So let's see what your last message is too. So this is really, really, a lot of us, sometimes pride gets in and we feel like we need to do things, but we really don't. Now, this is beautiful. The only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus back on love. Now, when we come from a loving headspace, we drop impatience. I know I do, because I know when my family wants me to go for walks, go watch this film, do things with them, and I'm working or I'm trying to finish a project of my own, I can have some impatience and think, oh my gosh, I'm like, they're so selfish. They just want me to do this and that. And then when I sit back and I really listen and I look at their faces, I realize they only want me to keep them company and be with them and share time with them and share an experience, right? Because sometimes we go down the rabbit hole of our professional life or our creative side, and we have to remember that when we look at those that we love with loving eyes, we get that mirrored back to us, and the connection is so strong, and we have patience and we value that, and every little thing that they do and say is so sweet. Like, my son was running around, he knew I wasn't feeling good and I was having all those allergy and throat problems, and he was like, Mom, can I get you a soda? Do you want a waffle? Like, he's so sweet. And I mean, for a teenager to be like your personal chef and valet because they know you're not feeling good is very sweet. I mean, it's one of those things that it fills your heart, and it reminds you that we're always connected when we look for that, when we come from love, when we look for love. That's what's always available to us. So that's what you're going to find, and you're going to feel protected, loved, and guided in a very beautiful, flowing way, instead of feeling like, we have to hurry or we have to complete anything. It's all about the journey right now and taking our time. So that is beautiful for you, Group 1, and happy 11/11 portal energy. I'm so excited. I'll probably make several videos today when I get my throat feels rested and when I get inspired, because I already feel so enlivened by this energy that's coming. I feel like so many truths and higher reasoning is coming in, you know what I mean? Where I used to be like, I really need to do this. Now it's like, all you need to do is just take your time and just be. Whatever you feel influenced or pulled towards, that's what you should do. Never try to create some killer schedule or, unattainable goals that take away the joy of getting there, right? Like, when I'm making jewelry, it's like I love just handling the stones and the materials. That's part of the process. Same thing for you. If you're a writer, you don't need that whole page or chapter done. It's putting the words together. It's being able to handle your resources and creating, right? So very beautiful. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. And all my links are down below if you need a private read. If you want any questions, because I once in a while I forget to mention that I'm doing a Stonehenge reading. I'm going to be at Stonehenge in February, and I have 4 places available where I film your reading there, right on the property, and you see, you get the deck of cards I use for you, the crystal I'm using, and right there on the ancient ground. And I thought it'd be a nice thing to do. I was over there. So if you have any questions on how that works, feel free to email me and I'll give you all the information. I'll also do an announcement down the road how everything works as well. So beautiful energy. So now we're on to number 2. Take a chance on love. When we love, our lives are changed forever. So I feel like this message is specifically meant for you guys that understand that you have your soulmates coming in, that you have people that are interested in you, but you might be trying to protect yourself or being overprotective or bringing fear, worry, or doubt into the theorem, which doesn't help, because all it does is we think we're protecting ourselves, but we're stopping ourselves from engaging in love, from being loved, from participating in all of that. So just say, I want to figure out what this is all about. I want to, dip my toe into the waters of love and see how it feels to be just loved and adored and treated well and have that special feeling, and really, really take a chance. If you feel that somebody around you is really trying to say something, it's such a special, unique thing. It can't even really be defined in words. It is like, romance is something that's almost inexplicable because we're so enhanced in every way. Everything seems brighter. Everything seems more beautiful. We are kinder. We are more accepting. We feel accepted and loved on every level. It's a whole thing where we feel like we're embraced with complete abandon, and you're going to experience that, and it's going to be wonderful, and it's your time because you're letting it come in. Your next is love who you are. You are divine, delightful, and deserving of the wonderful thing that life has to offer. So never undervalue yourself. Never doubt that you are deserving of these beautiful blessings that are arising for you, whether it's monetary, spiritual, creative, or actual love that's arriving for you. Never feel like you're unworthy. Always have wonderful inner dialogue where you look right in that mirror and go, it's about time. I am a wonderful, capable, awesome, intelligent, great human being, and I deserve this, and I'm going to wholeheartedly embrace this and say thank you and give the love back, and become a mirror for all good things, good fortune, good spirit, good attitude, all of that. Let go of all bitterness, forgive everybody around you. You're going to come into a lot of symbols that kind of back up what's going on for you as well. So your next card, this is love heavy. This definitely has to be for a group that's going to be encountering a lot of soulmate and twin connections with all this love energy. The love is this love is once in a lifetime. I'm like, hello, that sentence is only like 6 words. Can we please say that? How wonderful is that? So this is definitely the blessings coming your way right now, is your twin and soulmate companions coming in. I definitely feel like all of these are happening within the next 6 months. And what's happening is you've unfolded your inner gift of being able to manifest and pull things into the 3D by the simple realization that whatever we want can come to us if we just put a little focus, intention, and belief behind it, and that's it. And then it just drifts to our shore. So get ready for this, because this is really wonderful. Now you also have the embrace your emotions. Allow your feelings to surface and be accepted. This can happen whatever it is. We're not always going to feel like the top of our tra-la-la-la-la loving game, whatever it is. If we feel a little jealousy, envy, insecurity, if we just feel very giving, loving, whatever it is, identify it, focus in on it for a moment, and then release that feeling and just let it go. I feel this way, and I'm valid in the way that I feel about something. If I feel uncertain, if I feel I want more proof in the pudding, if I feel like I want a few more words that aren't contradictive, because some people will be telling us a story and things don't chime. Really, really feel free to not challenge your emotions and let them kind of mull over and wash over you and go. There's usually a reason we do feel a certain way. It's usually an intuitive kind of nudge to go a certain way. So really, really embrace those. Because you also have some people, places, and things that need to be let go in your life right now. I feel this very strongly because you do have your soulmate and twins coming in, and what's happening is the universe and spirits are trying to alleviate you of any old stale energies that keep you in a cycle that is not healthy or growth entailed, because this is your time to grow and soar in a really huge way, group 2. So beautiful energy. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below if you need a private read. If you want to check out the Goddess Provisions box, which is off the hook, my Etsy store, everything is there. And come see me on Instagram too at Sparkrist11. And I have some, really funny daily posts and memes, and I love to connect with you guys over there, and we share all this, great information with one another, and it's very helpful. So beautiful, beautiful energy for you. All right. I'm just getting a sip of water, and then we are going to go on to group 3. So take a deep breath. I don't know what's going on with my throat, but I have to so extra hydrate and take deep breaths, or I get like head rushes. I almost feel like I'm getting uploads or something that it's almost like my 3D body can't keep up with, and all of a sudden I break out in a sweat, or I feel dizzy, or I feel choked up, and then I feel filled with vitality, and like then I'm creating 1 minute, and it's like it's so yo-yoing. Please comment down below if you're feeling this too. It's such a weird experience. But one thing that I am learning from this is when you do have those moments of clarity and calm, inspire yourself, write things down, paint, give yourself written information of what you're receiving and understanding. And then when you feel a little like, whoa, that dizzy spell, just take it easy and stop completely and care for your body. Hydrate, eat really well, eat a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables, and just kind of regain your focus and strength, because it is a doozy. And I know a lot of you are experiencing this for sure. So relationship patterns. So this is saying, it does take strength to recognize the need for change. I feel that some of you people are already in relationships or entering new relationships, and some change does have to come about. We have to be careful when we start to take people for granted. We can become a little neglectful. And also when they're trying to really share an important dream or aspect of their day, that we're not dismissive of that, because think of how it makes us feel, okay? So these are our children, these are our relatives, these are our friends. Really wholeheartedly embrace anything that makes them sharing their life with us a wonderful experience. Like if somebody has an accolade that's due them, they created something, they're proud of something, give them your wholehearted attention. Be aware, be in the now, and just be like, you are so wonderful. I'm so proud of you. I mean, from your heart, share the pride that you have in there, the love you have for them, because it really is a rare moment where people stop and take the time to tell somebody, you know what, I'm so proud of you. I so absolutely love you. I'm so glad you're related to me. I'm glad I know you, that you're my friend. And when that comes from the heart, it's so rare because everybody's so busy texting or being in these long distance kind of waving from the shore, far away. Just really a face to face. I'm happy you're on this earth with me. You make this place a better place. And then if you feel that there are people in your relationships where you don't feel that way, you don't feel that they put the emphasis on love, connection, and you're always their agony on, or they're always in trouble, or it's always drama, or it's always about them. Those are people that need to kind of just fall by the wayside for a while, till you can reevaluate how much what kind of content do they bring to your life? I mean, do they bring you joy, or when the phone rings or a text, you're like, Jesus, what does this person want now? What is their drama now? Why do they want to take up 2 hours of my day so they can talk about them, and only them, and everything's a tragedy, and you lift them up and they're like, cool, bye. That does happen to people. A lot of people get in that agony aunt phase, so you have to be careful of that too. Now, right now, oh, you also have the romance card. Lavish the ones you love with personal attention and affection. And this is saying for people maybe that you might have a slight crush on, have prolonged eye contact with them. Say something that is comforting and wonderful that will make them feel good. If you're in a new relationship, or you've been in a relationship for a while, reevaluate and kind of iterate what it is about them that you're absolutely charmed and you love. Whether it's that they're always thoughtful, or that they're creative, or that, they have a beautiful heart, or just something that you love about them. And when we tell them and remind them, it kind of like restructures the bonds to tighten and have better connection, coming from that place of heart. And it does create a romantic spark when like Ian is so cute, just sometimes out of the blue, he'll just come up and just hug me. And it's so sweet. And it helps me to slow down and balance and feel that love, especially people, that are bouncing from place to place, doing so many things. They forget that that's really why we're here, for loving connections, right? And again, you have back to what you love. Reevaluate your desires. Now, this is an absolute ideal time, this 11:11 portal. Sometimes we give our energy and our attention to things that really are not that important, and oftentimes it's an escapist kind of route, right? Like we'll just watch a bunch of like funny videos or something, like mindless stuff, and if that's what's relaxing and gets us in a good headspace, that's cool. But if we spend a lot of time like just shopping, or shopping online, or doing things that are mindless to acquire things out of habit because they think it'll make us feel better, what's happening is we are reestablishing and reinforcing those patterns that aren't necessarily good. Financially, they're not good. Spatially wise, they're not good. You ever have too much stuff in one space, it starts to avalanche on you, then you just have to give it away, sell it, or you have too much stuff. So really focus on that. I'm feeling for this group, it's saying focus on what you buy and is it necessary. Focus on people that you spend time with. Do you feel great, elevated, and happy around them? Focus on what is helping you grow as an individual. Or are you spending time on that? Are you writing? Are you painting? Are you listening to informative, inspirational speakers? Things like that, okay? Because now is your time to really move into this. So here is another card. Actions speak loudly. Express love through action. So if there are people out there that you want to show your love and affection for, do something for them. Hey, can I go walk your dog? I'm at the grocery store. You text them, would you like any soup or lettuce or an apple or whatever? Like every once in a while, usually if I'm at a shop, I'll always text my kids, hey, I'm at Trader Joe's or somewhere. Is there something you'd like? Or Ian or whatever. It shows other people that we're thinking about them. Now, when we show other people we're thinking about them, we're then in their thought process and they're thinking lovingly and kindly towards us as well, which is really nice because then we feel that bond, we feel that connected, we feel that someone cares, right? And the world can be harsh sometimes. If we're in the business world and we're out there and everybody's pushing and pulling and trying to get ahead, it feels harsh. People in cars and traffic and things like that. And that gets alleviated through a loving gesture, a text or a call through someone we love. Hey, I was thinking about you. I'm at the deli. Would you like a sandwich? That's wonderful. It really is wonderful when people kind of feel harried to have somebody reach out and say, hey, I love you and I'm thinking about you. Would you like something delicious? Yes, please. That sort of thing. So that is you guys. And I just wanted to let you know, in my next reading, I'm probably going to do several tomorrow. I'm going to be using the new Universal Celtic Tarot, and it is off the hook beautiful. I'm so excited to be using that. But I wanted these messages to come through for 11/11, for people to experience the love, the balance, the gratitude, and everything that's available to us every day. I have so much, I can't even express the amount of gratitude I have for you, my viewers, patrons, supporters, and your feedback and your comments, and people saying, hey, Melanie, you mentioned to me, if I'm writing, keep going, keep going. And now you guys are publishing your books, not only publishing your books, but then sending them to me, and I'm reading them, and my mind is blown. And all along, all these gifts are inside all of you guys. So writers, please write. Painters, please paint. Singers, please sing, because now is your time. This 11/11 portal is going to just boost you out of the stratosphere of creative endeavors in a wonderful way. So love and light to you guys. I am going to go upload. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and all my links are down below.